I'm gonna show you how you can design and make your own custom skateboard. My name is Brooks, I run a brand called Nowhereland, and this is episode 12 of Going Nowhere. When I was a young man, many years ago, I tried skateboarding and I just couldn't do it. So the next best thing is designing them, I guess. If you watch part 1, I'll link it somewhere on the screen. I said I was gonna make 10 designs, and that's when I was all full of hope and ambition, but some weeks have passed since then, and I did not do 10 designs. I actually only did 3, including that first one. I failed you, YouTube. DesignerCon is in 2 weeks, and these skate decks are for that, so. Anyways, let's take a look at the 2 new designs I came up with. This second design is definitely a little bit of cheating. I basically just took a bunch of my sticker designs and made them into this collage pattern. It has this very dense feeling to it, and it really makes you zoom in and see all the details. And I knew I wanted to do one of these as kind of just like a brand representation. So here's me just arranging them all together, and we'll get this one wrapped up and jump into the third design. For this third design, I started out just like every other project. I had a concept sketch, I lowered the opacity, and then I started putting the line work on top of it. I wanted to go for this whimsical chopped up snake with plants and flowers growing out of it. So I'll let you watch the time lapse, and then I'll catch you back here when it's finished. Here are the 3 designs that we have. I know, that is a far stretch from 10 designs. So I took the 2 main designs, the octopus and the snake, and I did a couple color variations. So it did feel like each board was a little more unique. I did actually print some of my favorites twice. So here's the full list of 10. Now that we have these all ready, I can send these off to the printer. I'm using a company that's local here in Colorado called Pure Blind. They do a bunch of vinyl printing and vehicle wraps and stickers. Let's get into actually wrapping the design onto the skate deck. We got all the vinyl prints in, we got our skate decks, the designs are done. Now we get to do the fun part and also the scary and hard part, which is putting the vinyl wraps onto the skate deck. I used to intern at a vinyl printing place that would wrap trucks and make stickers. So I kind of know what I'm doing, but I really don't, because I definitely did a test run before I started recording, and I messed it up. I messed it up real bad. So I'm gonna keep this one for myself. So we're down to 9 skate decks instead of 10. The good thing about the 3M vinyl is that it's very forgiving. You can kind of peel it back up and replace it. But what I actually messed up on was the cutting part. I went way too fast, I wasn't paying attention, and it was just really bad cut. What we'll need to apply the graphic, we'll need a nice crispy X-Acto blade or utility knife. You wanna make sure it's nice and sharp. And then this is actually a credit card with a paper towel wrapped around it. We'll use it as a squeegee to push the design and all the air bubbles out. So let's do it. I'm gonna show this first wrap in real time. That way you can see the full process, and then obviously, you know, once you did it once, it's the same way for the rest of the time. I'm gonna flip this bad boy over. We wanna just peel back a little bit of the bottom piece of paper. And then we're gonna take our X-Acto blade and we're just gonna cut that paper off. I would say the biggest mistake that people make when they're applying larger graphics or larger stickers is they just peel the entire back off at once and then try to stick the entire sticker on, which is basically impossible unless you're magical or something. So this way we can take our sticker, we'll fold back the sticky piece, and then we can line up the majority of the graphic without having to worry about anything sticking. Now, I like where that's at, so I'm gonna take the bottom sticky part and push that down. And that'll secure my graphic. Use your hand and kind of lightly press the vinyl on, because if you do need to peel it up and move it, you don't wanna like get crazy with it. We'll go over the whole thing with the squeegee at the end to really give it a nice firm press. The bottom part is attached. This top part is still loose. So now we'll take the rest of the backing off. Nice and satisfying. Done. So you'll just do this lightly, but it's really to just help get the initial press while you're making sure there's not any air bubbles. But like I said, this 3M wrap material is pretty forgivable. See, like right there, I just got a little bubble in there, and rather than messing around with it, I'm just gonna peel it right back up and push it right back down. And now that bubble's gone. Feel if there's any bubbles or mistakes or bumps. Like there's kind of some bumps at the top here. So I'm actually just gonna peel this whole thing back. I know it's kind of scary to do, and you just want to lightly press to get the initial contact, and then now, see, now I can feel I got those bubbles out. If you're worried about doing this yourself, which I kind of am too, but you know, we're already doing it. I love a DIY project, but sometimes it's better to just let the professionals do it. So the company that I got these wraps from, obviously, would also do the wrap for me if I wanted them to, but I just asked for the prints. For this video purposes, I wanted to show you that you could DIY your own skate deck from start to finish. We got it, it's on, it is on. Now we have to cut off the excess flap. You could mess it up pretty easily from here, but we're actually gonna go under the vinyl and butt up right against the edge of the skate deck. And then we're just gonna slowly poke through the vinyl like that. Now we're gonna keep this as straight up and down as possible, and we're gonna use that and we're gonna slide it along the edge of the board. We're just gonna do the whole thing at once, and then we'll have to come back. We'll come back and clean up the edges. It's kind of like wrapping paper. You know, when you start cutting wrapping paper, once you get going, it just starts gliding. Now we're just gonna take our hands and really press down along the edge. We really wanna get that sealed. If you see, like on the straightaway, I got a nice and clean edge. But on this little curved spot right here, I don't know if you can see that, kind of jagged and bumpy right there. Now that's not looking nice. So we are going to come back with our X-Acto blade and clean up any of those edges. You definitely need a steady hand, but just go slow. Use your other fingers to kind of guide you. But I'm gonna go through, do the rest of this board, and then we can see all 8 other decks finished and wrapped. And that's it, we're all done. We have 9 skate decks now because I messed up that 10th one, but there you have it. We took a digital design like this and we put it onto a board like this. Now, if I knew how to skateboard, I would like show a montage of me like kick flipping, but I don't. I mean, I can ride a skateboard, but you know, can't do anything cool. Thanks for watching. If you're going to DesignerCon, let me know, slide into the DMs, leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next one.